Hey folks, how you doing? Hey, Scott Johnson here. Hey, I wanted to talk to you today about, well, I was listening to my mentor yesterday, and he was talking about how he listened to a gentleman speak who had made, in the last 6 months, made $2 million in his business, in his online business. Nice, right? Yeah, $2 million in 6 months. People like that, you definitely want to stand up and tune in and take a real good listen, because obviously they have it figured out. Now, my mentor was talking about, there was a lot of different things that he took away from that. Obviously, a lot of great strategies, but one strategy in particular that really stood out was having a marketer's eye. Now, there's when you're first beginning, uh, there's a lot of training, and a lot of it is step by step training. And I thought this was interesting because, and it's so true, but we'll get so used to taking that step by step training, and that's what we tend to do for our marketing. Okay. Say, we want to get people to our website or our capture pages or whatever the case may be. Now, we're going to take those step-by-step trainings, the only thing that we basically know or knew at the time, and we're going to keep doing those steps. Well, what happens when those steps start getting a little bit saturated or start not working no more? A lot of people just don't know what to do. They can't figure it out. So having the marketer's eye, it was a very interesting concept. People, like I say, when they're doing the step by step, maybe that's not such a good thing. It is to begin with, but you also have to learn how to think outside the box, and you have to know how to adapt. You need to get your creativity flowing a little bit, and like I say, and think outside the box and try figuring out, okay, how else am I going to get people to my website? How else am I going to get people to my capture page? There's a lot of different ways to do it, but again, you have to think outside the box and think about what your competition is not doing. It could be anywhere from printing up T-shirts with your website on it to putting the sign in the back of your car. People do that. They have the graphic put on the back of their car window or whatever. I'm not saying that those are the things to do. Like Post-it notes or put it at the local grocery store on the bulletin board, whatever. But if there's a place where a lot of people gather and you can maybe put something up to where a lot of people might see it, nothing wrong with that. If that one strategy brought in one person, then it was worth it. So I'm just saying, don't get stuck on just thinking always that you need to do the same thing over and over and over. If those things are working, by all means do those things. But at the same time, maybe spend a little bit of time that day on thinking, maybe I can go to a I can type in how to make money website, and I'll go to the top, the first or second search that comes up, and I'll go to their blog or their website. And usually on those blogs and websites, you'll find banners and whatnot on their page. Well, maybe contact that blog owner, by the contact button, or his Facebook page, or sign up for his newsletter and go through the autoresponder, whatever. But try contacting them and see, hey, what would it take to maybe get my banner or my link on your blog or your page? A lot of times, they'll say that's no problem as long as it doesn't interfere with his business. They'll be fine with it. On your Facebook page, there's when it's when you have that about button on your fan page, right below your picture and the name of your fan page, there's a little about thing that shows up there right up underneath your picture. Now, instead of just having this is about this, why not have your website URL right there? So when you're chatting with people online, on your Facebook page, they're going to look at your page and go, hey, there's a little web link there. I'm going to go and click on that. Just different things. Anything to drive people. And like I say, think outside the box. You have to be creative. You have to try to, these aren't real super hard things to think about, but you got to start thinking about them. So anyway, you know, that was pretty much it. You know, I have a little cheat sheet here, so I'm gonna look, see if there's anything else I wanted to talk about. You know, I mean, billboards. You're driving down the street. When you're out and about and you're driving around, it's critical that you keep an eye out. I mean, you know, obviously keep an eye on the road, but keep an eye out as you're walking around, you're driving around, of things that maybe catch your eye, that, you know, and you maybe start, and as long as you're in the mindset of advertising or your business, I'm gonna, you know, you'll come up with different things. You know, your creative juices will start to flow, and you'll start thinking of different things, and that's you know, that's the way it works. That's what you got to do in internet marketing. You always got to try, and if it doesn't work, then try something else. But always be experimenting with something new, something different. Again, use all the same strategies. You know, try different things on Facebook. You know, by all means, don't spam on Facebook. That's not what you want to do. Videos are a great way to get your message across. You know, there's a lot of different ideas out there, and there's a lot of ideas out there that somebody else maybe hasn't thought of yet. So yeah, maybe they have it. Maybe a lot of people don't know about it, but it's working. So keep your eye out, and as you're doing that too, you're out looking at different things, and how, you know, keeping your eye out, looking around. You're also going to all of a sudden have a lot of things to be able to blog about, to talk about, to be able to share with people, to give them value in some way, or just to be talking about. Okay, so I hope some of these tips were helpful, or this particular one about the marketer's eye. But keep going, you know, or you know, and just think outside the box, and you'll do just fine. But step by step sometimes is, you know, you got to break away from that a little bit. You know how to do it, you know, or you'll get to know how to do it, and that's great in the beginning. But always take a little bit of time each day to try something new, and you'll be surprised how well that works. All right, Scott Johnson again, checking out, and until the next video, take care, to your health, happiness, and success. Ciao.